Nearly all men miss the subtle yet meaningful sexual hints that women drop in conversations. Today, we're going to shift that narrative. We'll explore those nuanced cues and signals that typically go unnoticed in daily chats. By the end of this video, you'll be among the select few who can detect these cues, providing you with a unique understanding of what she's really trying to communicate. Let's dive in. Fantasy teasers. Imagine she's sharing a bit more than just casual conversation. When she subtly mentions her fantasies or intriguing thoughts, it's not just idle chatter. She's weaving a narrative, giving you a peek into her desires. Think of it as a playful challenge, a way for her to gauge your reaction and interest. These fantasy teasers are her way of flirting, hinting at what could be without saying it outright. So next time she brings up a what-if scenario, take note. It's her inviting you to explore these fantasies together. Media-induced desires. Notice how she reacts to certain scenes in movies or TV shows? It's not just about the plot. Her keen interest or strong opinions about romantic or sexual content are telling. This is her way of expressing what resonates with her, what she finds exciting or desirable. It's more than entertainment. It's a subtle cue about her own preferences and desires. Pay attention to these moments. They're not just passing comments. They're insights into what she finds appealing, a guide to understanding her on a deeper, more intimate level. Mentioning her bed or bedroom. When she casually brings up her bed or bedroom, it's a signal worth tuning into. This isn't just small talk about home decor or sleep habits. It's a subtle invitation into her personal space, a hint at intimacy. By mentioning her bedroom, she's steering the conversation towards a more private and potentially intimate realm. It's a clever way of suggesting closeness, of hinting at what could be shared in a more personal setting. So when she mentions her bedroom, listen closely. It's a hint at where her mind is, and possibly where she'd like you to be. Sensual vocabulary. Words can be more than just a means of communication. They can be an invitation. When she uses words with sensual undertones, it's a subtle dance of seduction. These aren't just random choices of vocabulary. They're deliberate, chosen to infuse the conversation with an undercurrent of sexuality. It's her way of flirting, of hinting at more without being overt. This sensual vocabulary is a sign she's comfortable taking the conversation to a more intimate level. So, listen not just to what she says, but how she says it. The words she chooses can reveal a lot about her intentions. Voice of temptation. Ever noticed a change in her voice when the conversation turns intimate? A shift to a lower, more sultry tone isn't just a change in pitch. It's a signal. This voice of temptation is a powerful tool in conveying sexual interest. It's like she's drawing you in, creating a more intimate atmosphere through her tone alone. This subtle change can transform the entire dynamic of the conversation, making it more charged, more intimate. It's an auditory cue that she's interested in more than just casual talk. Flattering with a twist. Compliments are common in conversations, but sometimes they carry a deeper meaning. When she compliments you in a way that seems to have a sexual undertone, it's not just flattery. These compliments are laced with implications, suggesting attraction and interest. It's a nuanced way of expressing desire, a blend of admiration and hinting at something more. This flattering with a twist is her way of showing she's noticed you not just as a friend, but as a potential romantic partner. So, when she compliments you, pay attention to the subtleties. They might mean more than you think. Exploring past intimacies. When she inquires about your past relationships or sexual experiences, it's more than just curiosity. This exploration of past intimacies is a strategic move to understand your preferences and history. It's her way of learning what you like, what you've experienced, and what you might be open to in the future. These questions aren't just small talk. They're her way of piecing together a picture of your romantic and sexual self. So, when she delves into your past, it's a sign she's interested in being a part of your future. Veering into sensual subjects. Notice how sometimes the conversation takes a turn towards more romantic or sexual themes? This isn't accidental. Steering the talk into these sensual subjects is a way to test the waters, to see how you react and what your comfort levels are. It's a subtle but effective method of introducing sexuality into the conversation without being too direct. This tactic is about gauging your interest and openness to such topics. So when she veers into these areas, it's a clear sign she's comfortable with you and possibly interested in exploring these themes further. Subtle touch talk. Pay attention when she talks about touch, whether it's a preference for certain textures or types of physical contact. This subtle touch talk is more than just a discussion about sensory likes. It's a hint at her physical desires. By sharing what she enjoys in terms of touch, she's giving you clues about how she likes to be touched, or what kind of physical interaction she finds appealing. It's a discreet way of expressing her physical needs and preferences, inviting you to understand her on a more intimate level. Using food as an innuendo. Ever caught her making suggestive comments about food? It's not just about taste. When she talks about enjoying juicy fruits or sweet desserts, it's often laced with innuendo. This playful use of food as a metaphor can be a flirtatious way of introducing sexual undertones into the conversation. It's subtle yet effective, creating a light-hearted and sensual atmosphere. So next time she describes her favorite foods with a twinkle in her eye, it might be more than just culinary appreciation. It's a creative way of flirting, using the language of food to express deeper desires. Talking about lingerie or undergarments. Notice when she brings up lingerie or undergarments in your conversations. This isn't just random fashion talk. When she mentions shopping for or wearing certain types of lingerie, it's often with the intention of provoking thought or interest. It's a way of drawing attention to her body and sexuality without being overt. This kind of talk is suggestive, hinting at intimacy and personal preferences. It's her way of subtly revealing a more sensual side to you, inviting you to think about her in a more intimate context. Suggestive comments about exercise. Exercise talk can sometimes take a suggestive turn. When she talks about her workout routine, pay attention to how she describes it. Comments about how certain exercises make her feel really good or how she loves the burn can have sexual undertones. It's not just about fitness, it's a way of expressing her physicality and sensuality. This kind of talk can be a subtle hint at her body awareness and comfort with physicality. It's a discreet way of bringing attention to her physique and potentially her sexual energy. Imaginative intrigue. When she starts using hypothetical scenarios in your conversations, especially those veering towards romantic or sexual ideas, it's not just a flight of fancy. This imaginative intrigue is a clever way of exploring possibilities and gauging your reactions. By discussing what-if situations, she's indirectly delving into deeper, more intimate topics. It's a safe space for her to reveal her thoughts and desires without being too direct. So when she brings up these scenarios, she's not just being whimsical. She's offering insights into her mind and potentially opening a door to deeper connections. Humor with a hint. Pay attention to how she reacts to sexual humor. It's not just about the laughs. When she responds positively to sexual jokes or innuendos, it's a clear indication of her comfort with the subject. This humor with a hint is a way of testing the waters, seeing if you're on the same page. It's a light-hearted approach to a potentially sensitive topic, making it easier to navigate. So, when she laughs or plays along with sexual humor, it's more than just finding it funny. It's a sign she's open to such topics and potentially interested in exploring them further.